Welcome students. In today's class, I will be teaching you about the use of tenses in English language. Tenses play a crucial role in English language. It denotes the time an action takes place, whether sometime in the past, in the present, or will take some time in the future. So basically, the tense denotes time and state of an action. Tenses are related to verbs but not strictly in time. For example, the simple present tense may be used to express an action. So there are three forms of tenses: past tense, present tense and future tense. Now let's discuss about them in detail. There are four types of tenses that make up past tense. The first is simple past tense. It denotes an action that happened in the past and has no connection with the present. For example, he met his wife in 1990. He lived with his friend for 15 years. So, it shows that action that happened in the past has no connection with the present. Then we have is a past perfect tense. It denotes an action that happened before another action in the past, and the tense makes it clear which action happened first. The train had left the station before we arrived. So, as you can see, it denotes an action that happened before another action in the past. So, we have two actions here. The train had left and before we arrived. So, we arrived at the other action. He wasn't at home. He had gone to the market. The third we have is past continuous tense, and this describes an action that began in the past and is still going on at the moment. For example, I was going to play chess, but I have decided to go to the market instead. So this means this tense describes an action that began in the past but is still going on at the moment. The second example is they were always fighting. Let's discuss about past perfect continuous tense. It denotes an action that started in the past and continued up to another point in the past. It is formed using had been. For example, he was tired because he had been exercising. And the second example is he had been exercising for an hour before his father arrived. Now let's discuss about present tense and its types. The first is simple present tense, which indicates an action that is generally true or habitual. That is, it took place in the past, continues to take place in the present, and will take place in the future. For example, he walks to school, which is habitual action. The sun rises in the east, which is general truth. What is present perfect tense? This indicates an action that has been completed some time before the present moment with a result that affects the present situation. For example, the kite has flown away, or have they gone out for a walk. Next we have is the present continuous tense. This is a way to convey any action or condition that is happening right now, frequently, or maybe ongoing. For example, the train is coming, I am studying, or we can say he is swimming. The last category under present tense is present perfect continuous tense, which indicates an action that started in the past and is continuing at the present time. For example, he has been sleeping for an hour. So what does this sentence signify? It indicates an action that started in the past, that is sleeping, and is continuing at the present time. The second example is, they have been talking for the last hour. So talking is an action which started in the past and is continuing at the present time because it is mentioned in the sentence that they have been talking for the last hour. Let's discuss about future tense. There are 4 types of tenses that make up future tense. The first is simple future tense, which indicates an action that will take place after the present time. For example, she will walk or it will rain soon. Second we have is future perfect tense, and this indicates an action in the future that will have been completed after another time or event in the future. For example, they will have completed it by now, or by the time we arrive, she will have studied. So this particular tense, that is future perfect tense, it indicates an action in the future that will have been completed before another time or event in the future. Now what is future continuous tense? This indicates an action in the future that is longer in duration than another action in the future. For example, they will be living there, or she will be walking when it starts to rain. And the last of the future tense is future perfect continuous tense. This indicates an action in the future that will have been continuing until another time or event in the future. For example, in November, I will have been working at my company for 2 years. So children, please listen very carefully. This particular tense indicates an action in the future that will have been continuing until another time or event in the future, and it is evident through these examples. On Thursday, I will have known you for a week. The following is a solved exercise for better understanding. The instructions are: fill in the blanks with the correct form of verb given in the brackets. The open drains are breeding grounds of mosquitoes and flies. They keep overflowing as they are not cleaned regularly. The residents are asked not to throw domestic refuse on the streets. The garbage bins cannot contain all the refuse that is disposed into them. The roads are narrow. The local municipality tried to tackle the problem. We decided to lend a helping hand. So based on this exercise, there are 2 assignments which have been given. This is the first assignment and it is based on the solve exercise discussed earlier. The instructions are quite similar. Fill in the numbered blanks with the correct form of verbs given in brackets. And the first answer has been given for your convenience so that you can complete the passage accordingly. This is the second assignment to be completed. The instructions are similar to the first assignment. Children, please remember the importance of tenses in English language. Revise the types of tenses and their subcategories thoroughly. So children, please complete your assignments. I wish you the very best. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you so much. Goodbye.